glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. All blessings, honor, glory, and power be unto the Heavenly Father, whose name is Yahweh, and his only begotten Son, our Lord and Savior, whose name is Yahushai. Double honors to the apostles and the elder bishops, a great millstone who taught me his truth, and salutations to the elect, scattered abroad throughout the four corners of the earth. My name is Amor Gabar, back with another quick one. Lord willing to edify and defeat the lambs of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, through the Holy Spirit, Rakakwadash. Lord willing to edify and straight to the point. And, excuse my voice, I know I just woke up at 2:33, and it's 2:36 a.m. And I'm not speaking too heavy or loud because, obviously people are still sleeping in my house. But I had to get out of bed and just record this real quick because I initially, when I woke up at 2:33, I was like, Lord, please, don't make me forget this dream when I go back to sleep, because I got to get up in another at 5:30. But I jumped out of bed and I was like, yo, man, let me just record. But anyway, hey, we almost at the end, bros. We are at the end, excuse me. But we almost at that time. My dream last night, or recent just now, it was mass implementation. It was the MOTB mandate, straight up and down. It was the MOTB mandate, and it was a big ass line, a big line. It looked like it was a line to my old school, my old high school, and the crowd was so big but myself, we was in the back of the line, all the way in the back. I remember myself and the brother Zakar being in the dream, and also my demon, but which that's heavy in itself because last year, 2020, I had a dream, December 2020, and I told those two people, I told Zakar and I told my demon about this particular dream I had, and lo and behold, weeks later, the dream that I had ended up becoming reality, and I was happy that I told Zakar and I was happy I told my demon about this particular dream that I had, because if I hadn't told anybody, then weeks down the line, nobody probably would believe me. But anyway, that particular dream ended up being a vision, and it came to pass. And those two people, when it happened, matter of fact, just to say what it is, I dreamt about a major car crash on the highway. It was involving myself. This is a different dream. This ain't having nothing to do about last night, but it was involving myself. And, to skip the long story short, it was involving myself, but I ended up telling the brother Zakar on our way home from camp. I ended up telling the brother Zakar about this dream, and I also told my demon about this dream. And then weeks later, me and the brother Zakar on our way home from camp ended up getting into this car crash that I explained to him weeks before vividly. And Zakar looked at me, and then I looked at him. I was like, "Yo, brother, that dream I had." And then my demon ended up coming to pick us up from the car site crash. When she came, she was pretty much crying because I was like, well, what are you crying for? I'm okay. She was like, no, the dream, you told me about the dream. And then she remembered that I had told her about the dream of the car crash. So I bring that up because them two was in that dream as well. This MOTB dream, but hey, Lord's willing, this is a vision, because anyway, there was a huge crowd in line to get inside of my old school. And I'm all the way at the back of the line. So people started coming out. I'm all the way in the back of the line. People started coming out. And I noticed people coming out from where I was standing all the way in the back. And they were in the front. And the people that were coming out was looking at their hand and poking at their the area where you get the MOTB at. So they were poking at it. So I'm like, oh shit, what the hell? I was like, yo, don't tell me this is what's going on. This is that's really happening. So I started seeing more and more people that I recognized from high school coming out. You know, remember a big line going in and just few people coming out at a time. So I wonder what the hell is the holdup? Then, you know, people coming out looking at their hands. So I'm like, oh shit. And I'm like, yo, say word, this shit is going down right now. So I pulled out my phone and the crowd was so big, you know, I had to press record, and I put my arms over my head to like record what's in front of me, because I couldn't just do it at face, at the level I'm standing at, to like raise it all the way up and then flash it down. So I'm walking through the crowd, excuse me, walking through the crowd to see see what's going on, to record it, so I could prove it to the Akim, or even do a video on it. That's really why I had my the MOTB is going down. That's why I pulled it out, so that I could upload it to the World Wide Web, to the YouTube. So, you know, I'm recording, and then I actually went up to a few people, and I put my camera in front of their face. I'm like, yo, what just went on inside? And then they showed me their hand, and then you can see the imprint of the MOTB popping out their hand. So I'm like, yo, and I'm just walking around recording everybody that came out that building. Everybody that came out the building, they all had it. Nobody was disappointed. Nobody was surprised. It was just a normal day. It was just so normal. Everybody was just, excuse me, hold on. Yup, everybody was just like, it is what it is. So anyway, the lines started getting smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. And then it was down to like the last few people. And, you know, I don't remember much after this, but I know I didn't go into the building. I never went into the building. I ran away from the building after the line started dwindling, and then it was like some weird shit, man. Some like, I want to say a drone. But it was on the floor, like it could roll like an RV or some shit. But it started following me. You know, it started following me around or whatever, but I ended up losing or ditching this particular drone that was trying to follow me. And then that's when I ended up bumping into, I ran to where I was living, but I don't recognize this place where I was living. It was a building, and when I walked up to this building, people were scanning their hands to get inside the building. So when I walked through the turnstile, it was a turnstile to get inside. You had to scan your hand and, you know, scan your hand and walk through the turnstile. So when I walked up to the turnstile, it jammed because I didn't have nothing in me. So I ended up getting over the turnstile. And when I got in into this building, getting, you know, jumping over the turnstile, however the fuck I got in, I seen my demon walking towards me with some bags in her hand, and she was crying. And I already knew why she was crying. And, you know, I walked up to her and I comforted her. I mean, she was crying because she just lost everything. You know what I'm saying? She just lost everything. And I mean, shit. I mean, damn. Yeah, so she lost everything, you know what I'm saying? But you know what, though? I was cool in the dream because in my mind, you know, in real life, now, brothers, us, we don't have none. We don't have nothing physical. You know what I'm saying? We have everything, yeah. And everything we have is this truth, this knowledge, wisdom, and this understanding. But in reality, we ain't got shit. And we got to be prepared to walk away from it. You know, but she was crying, you know what I'm saying? And of course, I don't blame her, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, at the end of the day, you know, if you got a woman that's that's with you, she can be saved for being with you. And she got children with you, that she can be saved for being, you know, having children with you. That's in the scriptures, that she should be saved through childbearing. You know what I'm saying? If they're not necessarily in the truth, they'll be saved under you. You know what I'm saying? And furthermore, some people gonna feel it. People gonna feel it, man. Shit. People are gonna feel it, man. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I seen her walking out like an elevator shit, just walking down with some bags in her hands. So I'm like, oh shit. I ran crying. So somehow the people in the building, we was trying to like, yo, I need to get back inside and get some shit. You know what I'm saying? I had some important things I need to just get or whatever. And they was like, nah, you can't go back in unless you have the access. Unless you have the access. But then there was one Jake lady that was like, all right, you could go inside and get only, she said 2 articles. As she said, you could go inside and get only 2 articles or whatever. So I'm like, all right, whatever. So she ended up, after she allowed us to do that, somehow the brother Zakar ended up in my dream. And it was me, him, and my demon on the elevator. So we was looking at each other like, hey, brother, I see you here, brother. You know what I mean? I see, oh, man, I just thought about something, too. Yeah, I just thought about something, too. But, because, you know, when I said that, all right, brother, I see that you here. Hey, Lord willing, man, this is, this is like motivation, exhortation. Motivation and exhortation. Because even, shit, on some real shit, even people, men in Israel, I seen walking away with the MOTB. You know what I'm saying? That just came back to me because when I seen Zakar in the elevator, and I was like, I see, bro, that you here too. And me and the brother was talking in the elevator until we went up to our floor. Then we went to the lady was with us still, and Zakar was walking with me. The lady was there making sure we only take 2 items. So I went and got what I needed to get, most importantly. And then I woke up. I pulled out my phone to just kind of like text or like put this in a note. But I'm like, oh hell no, let me get the hell up and just say what I gotta say on record. But that shit felt real, 100% real. You know what I'm saying? And that's probably the most vivid MOTB dream I ever had. You know what I'm saying? But yo, we in that time, bros, you know what I'm saying? And, fuck this world. Fuck this world straight up. Fuck this world. Fuck everything we got. Because we about to lose all of this shit, you know what I'm saying? All this tangible shit ain't gonna mean nothing real soon. So be ready to let that go. Your job, certain people your cars, tangible shit, man. Because just like that in a snap of a finger, it could all just do anything that's gonna tie you. See, what this worldly shit is gonna tie people into wanting to take the MOTB. You know what I'm saying? All this worldly possessions and just the love of this world is gonna cause people to take the MOTB. Because, like I said, all these people I recognize in this dream were people I knew from high school, and they just all casually walking out taking the MOTB. And then, like I said, I just remembered, some people in Israel, they were fucked up about it. And now I felt like, oh shit. It's scary. It's scary. I mean, the Lord made me remember that part, man. But that got to be said. If this, what I'm saying, this dream is something, something major, whatever. But it was a fucked up feeling for the people in Israel that know that they're Israelites, that ended up taking the thing. They were fucked up about it. And in my mind, I'm like, damn. And, like Apostle I always say, man, if which is backed by the scriptures, but if you end up taking that shit, that means you was never part of the elect. And that's something to remember, bro. You know what I'm saying? We gotta fight for this thing. We gotta fight for this thing, bro. And pray like all hell.
All right, I'd like to say all praises to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, double honors to the elders at Great Millstone. Honors to all the brethren out here doing the work in the will of the Father in truth and sincerity. So as you can see, you just heard the video or the voice of one of the brethren from Great Millstone telling about a dream that he had. So his dream is actually inspiring me to tell a dream that my female had a couple of weeks ago. I wasn't even going to tell this dream, but his dream kind of correlates with her dream. So I'm going to tell it. And when she was telling me this dream, she was so like shaken from it. So what's the word? Like almost so into the dream that she thought it was real, to the point where she had marks on her hands from how tense the dream was, like from balling her fists. So I'm gonna try to remember this dream as best as I can, because like I said, it's a couple of weeks ago. So in her dream, she said that she was in these homes, well, not homes, but like apartments, but it wasn't the apartment that we have now. It was like some more apartments. And she was like, at these apartments, there were other people all around. So she said, out of nowhere, a group of tanks and troops and government officials pull up. And when they pull up, they tell them, hey, y'all got to come with us. Get all your things, but all the things that you have, you got to give it up. Like, you can't take it. Like, you got to leave it. You got to give everything that you have to us. So she was like, everybody that was out there started complaining, like, what the fuck you mean? Like, what you mean we got to give everything that we have to you? Like, that's our stuff. Like, what you mean? So she said everybody started complaining and like making an uproar. So she said they end up telling the people, like, hey, we're going to have this meeting with y'all to further let you know what instructions y'all need to follow. So she said they end up going inside this like a, not an auditorium, but like a conference room, like a huge conference room. And she was like, when they was in the conference room, it was this big, she said it was this big ass Edomite, just big as shit. Like 6'7", like 300 and something pounds. But she was like, you could tell he looked human, but she was like, you could tell that he wasn't human, because like certain things would happen, like his skin would like send off like a glow tracing up and down his body. And then she was like, you could tell that he was over everything that was going on, because whenever he said something, whatever he said, they put in action the words that he needed to be done. So she was like, during the conference, they were just telling them, hey, look, everything that y'all got, y'all will give to us, and you will do it, like that. So she was like, she couldn't remember all the other things that was said at the conference, but she just remembered like saying to herself, like, oh shit, like I got to go get, because she said she had some money in the apartment that they was at. So she was like, oh shit, I got to run to get this money so they don't take it from me. So she said she ran to get the money out of the apartment. So when she ran inside the apartment to get the money, she said she ended up seeing a black dude at the back of her apartment window, like knocking on the window and like giving her a hint, like, hey, come on, hey, follow me. So she was like, when she got the money, she was trying to put it in her shoe. Then she was like, the black dude like startled her when he was calling her name and telling her to follow him. So she was like, I got my son, I got to get my son. So he was like, hey, go get him, like, hurry up, but nobody ain't paying attention. So she goes get her son. Mind you, her son is like 17. So she goes get her son, and they follow the black dude. So she said when they following the black dude like, hey, we got to get the fuck up out of here, man. Hey, come on, it's some more people over here. Like, we're going to get out of here. So she said she was kind of nervous, because she like, hey, like, what if we get caught like that? Then he's like, hey, so basically the black dude was like, hey, it's better to fucking like try to get up out of here, because if not, like, we're gonna possibly die. Like, we don't know what the hell is going on. So she said they started following the black dude, and they started running behind the different apartments and shit. So she said while they running through the different apartments, you could see tanks and different military and government officials just gunning down people, just shooting people, just trying to, you know what I'm saying, run for their lives. So she said they end up finally meeting up with another group of people, and they were saying like, hey, like, we got to get out of here. Like, we need to get across the border. Like, we can't stay in America. Like, we need to get in the mix some kind of way. We need to get into Mexico. Like, we need to cross over. So everybody was like, yo, how we gonna cross over? Like, everything is they got everything sealed up. Like, they got everything boarded off. Like, we can't cross over. So it was like, hey, maybe we could find a alternate route, you know what I'm saying, to get across that they don't know about. So when they was talking, she said there was a female with a baby that came up and was like, hey, can y'all please take my baby? Like, I'm not gonna make it. So they was trying to tell her, like, nah, we're gonna make it. Like, you gonna make it. Like, just come on, like, bring the baby, like, just come on. But the female was like, no, I'm not gonna make it. So she said while they was steady, like, talking and trying to plan on how they could get across the border, the female left the baby while they was talking and just ran out into the middle of into like the middle of a yard, because they're in an apartment complex, So she like ran out into the middle of the area or whatever where she could be seen, and they just gunned her down. So when they saw that, they was like, oh shit, like, she done gave up our spot. So they had to run again. So then they end up snatching the baby up because she left the baby. So they grabbed the baby and they end up running. So they end up running behind into a building. She said into a building. And when they got inside the building, it was like, hey, yo, like, what the fuck? Like, we got to do something with this baby. Like, we can't keep this baby, man. This baby gonna give up our location. And because the baby was crying. And then it was like, yo, we ain't got no food. Like, we can't take care of this baby. Like, this baby gonna get us all killed. So she was like, you had some that didn't want to leave the baby, then you had some that wanted the baby to be left. So she was like, at the end of the day, everybody just came to the conclusion that, hey, we got to leave this baby, because if we don't leave this baby's gonna give up our location and we all gonna die. So she said they end up leaving the baby behind. So as they left the baby, oh, I forgot also to mention, she said it wasn't only that big white dude that was dressed in a suit that looked like he was like some type of government official, because he wasn't in military fatigues. It was also a female that was also out there, a Edomite female that was also out there, and she was like in a suit, but one of those skirt suits, and she said that she was also pushing out orders, and the military was listening to her too. So I forgot all about that. But anyway, going back. So she said that they left the baby behind. So once they left the baby behind, they ended up running to another area where no one could really see them. But then she said another group of people ran in front of them. So when that group of people ran in front of them, it was a whole military brigade, like right in front too. And she said they all got shot down, just like mowed down. So she said when they did that, she was like, oh shit, they gonna see us for sure, because we was right by them. So she said the military brigade went right by where they was at, but yet nobody saw them. And she was like, she has no idea how they didn't see them. Like, they walked right by them, like, and nobody saw them. She was like, it was no way that they should have. She was like, they should have saw us. Like, we should have died right then. So she said, but they didn't see them. So they end up running across from where they had just left from where the military had just left from. They went that way. So she said when they went that way, it was all kind of tanks and military and other people getting shot. But at the same time, she said it was laser beams coming from the sky where she was running, and certain people that was by her was getting zapped, like turned into, her exact words was turned into powder dust. So I started laughing. So she was like, it was lights from the sky, like beams from the sky, just zapping people, turning them into powder dust where she was running, but they didn't, like, the beams didn't hit her, but they was hitting them like that. And she was like, and it was tanks and bombs going off all over the place. So she said that once they made it to another area where they could catch their breath, she was trying to talk to her son. And she said that her son was so like scared of all the events that had happened that he had totally lost his voice. Like he couldn't even speak no more. He wouldn't speak. He just was so shocked, so shell shocked from everything that was going on. And she was like, she was holding him so tight that like she was leaving marks in his skin. And she woke up. So when she woke up from her holding his arm so tight, which made her ball her hand up in the fist, that's how she had marks in her hand. So once she told me the dream, I was like, damn, that shit crazy. So I was like, hey, I'm gonna try to break your dream down. Like just give me a couple of days. So after a couple of days of thinking of everything that she had said to me, I was like, damn, I was like, this shit crazy, because like she wasn't at the apartment that she say she wasn't at her apartment. She was at like another apartment, like another like complex, which this complex was ran by the government. So I was like, yo, most likely you was at some type of shelter that the government set up. And then while y'all was waiting there for government help or whatever assistance, they pulled up on y'all. And when they pulled up on y'all, they was telling y'all, hey, yo, y'all got to give us everything that you own. Like you can't own, like you're not gonna be able to own nothing. You're not gonna be able to keep nothing. And and by the way, damn, I forgot about this too. By the way, it was buses. She said it was buses out there that people was getting on the buses and getting taken from those apartments and getting sent out somewhere else. So they was getting sent out somewhere else. So I told her like, yo, yeah, y'all was probably like at this where you get government assistance or somewhere, some type of shelter. And then those buses was gonna pull up to take you to a FEMA camp. But before you go to this camp, they had this big ass white dude that came to tell y'all, yo, y'all need to give up all y'all things, because they're saying you will own nothing, but you will be happy but own nothing, or you will own nothing and be happy. However that phrase go that they have. So I was telling them that's probably why they was trying to take everything that y'all own, and y'all was probably gonna get sent to a FEMA camp after that. Then I was like, so far as the dude the big white dude, the big Edomite that you said he looked human, but it's something funny about him that you didn't really think that he was human. I was like, he could have been a cyborg because of the size that he was and how you say like certain things on him would glow. You know what I'm saying? That could have been his electrical circuits, like, you know what I'm saying, powering up or whatever. So he could have been an AI. He could have been a cyborg and out there doing, you know what I'm saying, controlling the situation like that. And then I was like, and that female that you saw, that Edomite female, she could have been like his handler or whatever, or like the human counterpart to assist. So after that, I also told her that when she saw those beams coming out the sky and all the people running and the military shooting and everything and bombs blowing up, I was like, those beams from the sky that was turning people into powder dust, that could have been the angels. That could have been Yahweh Shai zapping, sending concentrated heat onto the earth, zapping people. So that was her dream, man, and that's how I explained it to her. So that brother dream kind of remind me of my girl dream, So yeah, it's definitely, shit definitely gonna get out of hand, man. Shit gonna be wild out here. So with that, I just like to say all praises to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, double honors to the elders at Great Millstone. Honor to all the brethren out here doing the work in the will of the Father in truth and sincerity. Shalom.